hope you're doing well today. Today I thought I would try a walnut tart. Since the holidays, I thought I'd bring another dessert recipe. This will be my first time making it, so let's get started. We're going to start with the crust. I now preheated the oven to 375. The recipe's for a 12-inch tart pan, but I only have an 11 and a 9, so I'm going to use the 11, so I may have a little extra dough, but that's okay. I'm just going to follow the recipe. So I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and 3/4 cup of cold butter. And I should have used a food processor, but I put it in a bowl instead. And then I have 2 egg yolks and 1/4 cup of milk, and I added just a pinch of vanilla in here. So I'm going to work this butter in, and you don't have to chill this. We're going to roll it out, or try to roll it out as soon as I get it together. Oh, and my dog needs to go outside. Sorry, I have to take a break. I work the butter in pretty good. So let's see if this is enough liquid. Stir that up. Get those egg yolks beaten. It's going to be a rich crust with all this butter and egg yolk and milk. Okay. I'm going to try to stir this with a spatula. See what happens. Let me show you what it's supposed to look like. It's right here, this picture. Doesn't that look good? Oh, that's not enough liquid for me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add more. That's why I always mess up sometimes with crust, but I definitely need the practice. It's coming together pretty good. I might have to just use my hands. I'm gonna add a drop more of cream though. Actually, it called for milk, but I'm just gonna add a drop of heavy cream, like a tablespoon, to help me out here. And they said if it gets too soft, you can refrigerate it. I'm gonna try to roll it between 2 pieces of parchment paper. It'll probably slide all over. All right, let me see. Now it's coming together. There we go. Okay, let me get my hands cleaned up and we'll get some extra flour and we'll roll it out. Okay, I rolled it out the best I could. It's not quite an even circle, but I don't care. It's pretty heavy. I don't know if it's too thick or... It doesn't tell you the thickness to roll it out on. I'm just going to dump it in my pan. It's probably going to stick. Yep. I didn't put enough flour. You have to have patience, which I don't have any today. I think I'm going to have to freeze this for a
few minutes before I bake it too. Pretty soft. So I'm just going to stretch it, press it, all that stuff. It's not as even as I would like. Patch my holes. Because I knew I was going to have extra dough because it says for a 12-inch pan. And it also doesn't say to put pot weights on this either. just work with it a little bit. I need a knife. That's a lot. I'm just going to tuck it in, fold it, and I'm going to try to get it an even thickness around the edges. So you don't have to sit here and watch me do this. I'm just going to patch it up and make it look better, and I'm going to freeze it for a few minutes, and then I'll show you before I bake it what it looks like. Show you, I just worked with it and tried to make the sides.
An even thickness in the bottom. I just pressed it with my hands, and I believe it's too soft to bake, so I'm going to freeze it for 10 minutes. And I'm also going to put it on I always put my pie pans and tart pans on a baking sheet because they're just too hard to move around. So I'll be back in 10 minutes. Crust, I let it freeze for 20 minutes, so it's probably going to take a little bit longer to bake. I think I'm going to prick some holes in it just because I don't want it to rot too much. So I'm going to put it in the oven, and this says to bake it for 12 to 15 minutes. It's frozen, so it's going to take longer. So I'll put it in the oven at 375 on the middle rack, and I'll let you know how long it takes. Okay, I took the crust out after 30, well, it was 25 minutes. I rolled it a little thick, but it's going to bake with the filling for like 25 more minutes. So let's move to the stove, and we have to heat the filling on the stove. So let me turn it on, get it hot, and then I'll show you the ingredients we're going to put in. Okay, we're going to add all the ingredients for the filling except for the walnuts. We need 1.5 cups of heavy cream, and that's good. Carola. 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, just a 1/4. And of course, you know me, I'm going to add vanilla. It doesn't call for it, but I don't see why it wouldn't. And this one's just about empty. I think that's enough, though. It's hard to get it all out, but I have an extra bottle, too, in case I have a few extra bottles. So let's get a whisk. It's the wrong drawer. Do you ever do that? Forget where all your utensils are?
Yeah. I mean, it's not mine.
So we're going to heat this and bring it to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, I will bring it to a boil, and it says to stir constantly. So I'm just going to boil it for like a minute. And then I'm going to take it off the heat and stir in 2 cups of walnuts. And these are my walnuts. They were kind of big, so I chopped them in the food processor just a little bit. I didn't want them too big. So I guess I'm going to take this off the heat, and then throw my whisk away, and stir in the walnuts. And I don't want to overfill my tart, because remember, it was supposed to be for a 12-inch tart pan. I don't see how this is going to thicken up, but we'll see. Okay, so let's move over here. And let's see, there we go. And I'm going to try to pour this without burning myself. It's very, very hot. It probably won't all fit. Yep.
So is that going to harden?
It's supposed to. Drop more. Okay. Well, that's all.
Do with the rest of the filling?
I'm gonna cook it and see if it'll caramelize. So I'm gonna put this in the. Oh, the pan's still hot. Back in the oven for about 25 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like. Tart. It came out of the oven. It baked for 25 minutes. It has to cool completely, so we might not be able to taste it until tomorrow. But I just wanted to show you what it looked like. My crust shrunk a little, but I was supposed to cover it and put pie weights on it. So if you do this recipe, do that step. I think it would still shrink even if you did that. But see, it's soft and it's still hot. So we'll see if it sets up. I just wanted to give you enough. I wanted to come on and let you know, tell you that with the extra filling that I had for the walnut tart, I just kept cooking it, and I passed the hardball stage, but it came out to be candy. It's almost like pecan pralines, but instead it's walnut. So I'm gonna save this and use it for topping for ice cream, or I might make a cheesecake and top it with it. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that I got some candy out of it, so it didn't go to waste. Tart, it's set. I put it in the freezer for a little while because I'm impatient. I like it to set quickly, but you can see the crust. It's kind of thick. I probably could have done a little thinner, but it really came out well, I think. I like a lot of crust, actually. So let's try this filling and see what it tastes like. You can taste that tiny bit of cinnamon in there, but it's not strong. It's just a little bit. But it's really good. I like it. I would make it again. It doesn't taste like caramel. It tastes almost a little bit like a pecan pie, maybe. Because the crust is perfect. It's so good. I could just eat the crust. This is a really good tart. I'm happy I made it. And I'm happy I shared it with you. And I hope you enjoy the recipe and the video. And if you do, please like and subscribe and come back for the next one. Thanks for watching.